Welcome to 94.7 The Zinger. I'm Josh Stevens along with my amazing partners Evan Johnson and Ryan Krogh. And so in the NL, the Rookie of the Year is obviously going to be Corbin Carroll, but in the American League, there are three players who have odds at plus 200 or shorter to win the American League Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go to Ryan first. Which of these three players is going to win Rookie of the Year?
My personal pick has to be Masataka Yoshida. I mean, you look at what he did coming in. People were saying that his deal was ridiculous. It was an albatross. It was an insane overpay. That was the expectation coming in. The Red Sox also had pretty low expectations coming in. Now they find themselves going into the second half of the season 6 games above 500, in a large part due to the fact that Masataka Yoshida is leading the AL in batting average. I mean, he's doing an incredible job for this team, and he's been great from the get-go. And that's the thing when you look at Josh Young and you look at Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson got off to a slow start. Josh Young's kind of had a bit of a rocky patch as of late. Masataka Yoshida's been pretty consistent all throughout the year. And even though he might not have the most impressive home run numbers, he gets on base. He does a lot of good things for this Red Sox team, and he's a big reason why they find themselves 6 games above 500. A shock to a lot of people, including myself.
Yeah, Masataka Yoshida, after that slow start in April, has really turned it around. Before I take it over to Evan, remember to call us at 215-668-1501. Again, that is 215-668-1501. Back to the action, Evan. Which of these three players is winning Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I think all three guys here are talented. I think any one of them could get it. But the guy who I think is going to keep it on during the stretch is Gunnar Henderson. He has been electric for the Orioles this year. He's been one of their best players on the best team in the American League. Yeah, he started off real slow, but being the top prospect in all of baseball, he has turned it on. He is a Gold Glove caliber at short and third. He's been mashing homers like crazy recently, and he's been the reason this team has been winning games.
Yeah, Gunnar Henderson has been great for this Orioles team. One name I've not heard is Josh Young, who hit his 20th home run yesterday. And you guys think Josh Young, with a great stretch, could lock this award up? I'll go Ryan first.
I absolutely think he can. I mean, he's been great. Even though he's got a little bit of a rough stretch right now, I mean, the Rangers have been amazing. He's been great. And I think that if the Rangers can really secure their division, I think that would really help his case. The Astros are really trying to creep up on them now. But I think if he can be an integral part of a Rangers team, that would, kind of shock some people taking the division from the defending World Series champions. I think that'd be pretty good for his case.
And Evan, right before we go to our next topic, Young is at 20 home runs right now. If he gets to the 30 home run mark, is it his award?
I honestly think it is. I mean, he is just mashing on pace right now. And if he keeps that up and gets to that 30 home runs, one of these other guys are going to have a great end of their season to pass him, because it's going to be hard to give anyone else that award.
Okay, that'll be all for baseball today. The lines are off the chart on this Tuesday morning, but we're going to the AFC East. There are 3 playoff caliber teams in the AFC East, maybe a 4th with the Patriots. And hold that thought as we have a caller here. This is Reese. Reese from Toronto. Reese, who is winning in the AFC East this year?
What do you think of what do you guys think of the Patriots this year, and where do you guys think they're going to end up at the end of the season?
Ryan, I'm going to throw it over to you.
This is a tough one. And I think that the thing with the Patriots is they have a very low floor, but they also have a very low ceiling, in the sense of their offense is not very impressive by any stretch of the imagination, but their defense is just locked down, and it has been for years. I think the real key to their success just comes from, if Mac Jones in the offense, they don't have to be this insane offensive firepower on the level of the Dolphins or the Bills or the Chiefs. They just have to do enough. Last year, they really struggled with doing enough to win. Their defense is more than capable of putting them in a position to win a lot of games. If the offense can just simply do enough under Bill O'Brien with the pieces they have now, I think they can win a lot more games than they did last year, and they can make some noise in the division, even though they're largely being written off. I think they absolutely have a chance to make the playoffs, but we'll have to see how it shakes out.
It's a great point there, Ryan. It is impossible to count out a Bill Belichick coach team. Now over to Evan. We saw 2 AFC East teams in the playoffs last year. They had an instant classic of a game as the Bills outlasted the Dolphins 34-31. Which of those 2 teams comes out on top in the AFC East this year?
I think the Dolphins have it this year. I think Tua, if he's healthy throughout the season, he's going to be electric this year. He's going to carry this team. They have speed with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And guess what? That defense just added Jalen Ramsey. They are going to be tough to beat this year in the East. The Bills have been the powerhouse the past few years, but the Dolphins are going to get them this year.
All right, I mean, the Dolphins stay healthy. They have the goodest chance as anybody. Before we wrap this up, the biggest story of the offseason, Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. Ryan, what does this mean for the Jets' chances in the AFC East?
You know, a lot of people think that, coming off a season where the Jets, really the only issue they had was at the quarterback position, this means that the Jets are a surefire Super Bowl contender. I don't buy it. There's too much drama going on. Hard knocks in the building. You already had 2 fights on the first day of training camp. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Jets already, and I think it's going to be a disaster of a season. I don't think Rodgers is going to be the answer. And, already a massive market with a lot of drama surrounding a team coming into the season without Aaron Rodgers, and you know how Aaron Rodgers can be a major drama to draw. I don't like it. I think the Jets are going to finish last in the AFC East for the second straight year.
Evan, quick thoughts about the Jets.
I completely disagree with that. Rodgers is going to be back to his MVP form. That defense is going to carry its own, and the Jets are going to be back this year.
All right, that wraps it up for this show on 94.7 The Zinger. This show is brought to you by Barbie. Remember, guys, you are Ken Huff. That's all for Josh Stevens, along with Evan Johnson and Ryan Krogh. We'll see you guys next time.